He was the man.
What, like, right? He's one of the poster childs which you have for legends that, like, were such a great player. He might never get in the Hall of Fame, but, like, we forget about how awesome this guy was. The man.
Todd Gurley.
I appreciate that.
You were an urban legend, really. Like, we would talk to people at the Combine, and they would be like, I don't know, Todd Gurley, when I played against him in college or whatever. I mean, you were that dude.
I guess so.
You were? If your knee didn't get hurt, would you still be playing?
No, hell no.
No.
Why not?
I love it.
Just the preparation, all that. But, like, you see it, right? Like, proof of history, all the guys. And I don't want to be on, like, 15 teams. Like, I love football, but I don't love football that much. To just be like, I want to play football for anybody.
Move everywhere all the time.
You got practice squad, all that stuff.
Right.
I'm like, I'm good. I live in L.A. I'll just relax and be a fan of football.
Right,
and chill. And, like, I probably would have hurt something else. Ankle or something. Like.
Right.
And that stuff is real, man. Like, all that trauma, like, competitive hitting over and over and over, like.
I hear you.
Yeah,
I know it is. I mean, I was just a wimpy quarterback, and I know that there's days I feel the effects.
Well, running back, I think, is the most dangerous position because you got guys coming at you from every angle. You can't brace for it. You just have to run right into it. Yeah, you don't get protected like quarterbacks do. You're just the cannon fodder, and they throw you into the middle of the line, all these huge guys, and it's impossible to stay healthy.
Yeah, I mean, it's just impossible to stay healthy in football, period. But, I mean, shit, quarterbacks be hurt more than the running backs, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, you stand in that pocket with people falling everywhere, and they fall on your knees and stuff like that, and all of that. All right, but how about running backs right now, though, in the NFL and what we're seeing? I mean, that's got to make you a little proud about where we're back at least a little here.
I mean, I understand what y'all saying, but, like, McCaffrey was killing it last year.
I know.
I mean, I'm just excited for Saquon. He's able to flourish and be a great player that he is, to be honest with you. And like I said to other people, if Derrick Henry would have got the ball the first couple of games, he probably would have had 2,000. So you would have had two running backs with 2K. Jonathan Taylor almost had 1,000 yards in the last 3 games. The way he was running and killing me on fantasy.
Right.
Josh Jacobs. Man, there's a lot of guys. That Gibbs. Sorry, Gibbs.
Yeah, Gibbs too. The man.
Incredible.
Right?
Incredible.
Right.
If they would use him all the time, his numbers would be through the roof.
Yeah, but I love their system and the way they have it. You know, it's like they like feed him the ball, and then once he get hurt, then you're gonna be like, oh, you overused them. So it's like I love their situation. Like if they can keep him and Montgomery around with those great receivers, I don't know how they're gonna do without Ben Johnson, but I think with a great coach that they have and Dan Campbell, they're going to be just fine.
They'll be all right.
They'll be fine.
So you're staying on the game, man.
Oh, yeah. Now, I'm a fan, man. I've always been a fan.
Cool. Good to hear that.
I'm always watching, watching.
Do you talk to some of the running backs? They seek you out for advice? You give them advice, keep in touch, text, whatever?
More of situations. Like if I see a situation maybe playing out like similar to how my situation was, or if I see a guy, like a good guy that I, feel for and I check up on is Jonathan Brooks, Panthers running back.
Texas
Obviously,
guy.
he, came out of college, kind of same situation with me as far as the ACL.
Right.
And then came back a couple of games
and,
I know, retoured. So, just feel for a guy like that because, it's tough, not being able to be on the field and contribute. And then you got new coach. You might have a new GM, so they might try to kick you to the curb. So just being able to just stay locked in mentally and just have that good support and just let guys know that, hey, man, whether it's football or not, like, you're still my guy. I'm still a fan of you. And, it ain't going to be no love lost if you're not scoring no touchdowns.
Right. Yeah.
You mentioned a bunch of guys who play for the Rams. One guy, the guy who's in the middle of it all, Jared Goff, who played with him in L.A., what are your thoughts on where he is now? Because it ran its course with the Rams, and now he's better than he ever was when he was in L.A.
Yeah, I think that situation was just more of the Rams wanting to capitalize off of what they could do right then and there and not really wanting to wait for him to,
take the next step or whatever.
So, it's like, let's get a quarterback that's very, very polished already in Matt Stafford and get this thing done and get us a Super Bowl, which they did. And I think that worked out for Jared as well, being able to go to a new team, understanding. A lot of guys, we always say we understand the lead and we get it, but, really getting it, all right, get on, go somewhere else.
Right.
Number 1 pick overall.
Right.
But having that tough season, the first year with a new head coach. That's how it usually goes. And being able to trust him, trust his staff, get good players in, great O-linemen, great running backs.
Did you see this for change happening though? Like I'm not gonna lie, when
not
he got
for
changed,
that franchise.
Oh yeah, when that changed, when he went to the Lions, I was like, all right, so what? I mean, I don't think he's that great, so I don't really care.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, did you think like this you could see a version of this Jared Goff?
Not with the Lions.
No.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, because we're talking about
the team itself. So you're adding all that in together. You're just thinking that never was gonna all turn around.
Honestly, I did a visit like my last year before I was done or whatever. And, like, I met with Coach Campbell, and I was like, damn, this dude's intense. Like, he want to win.
Right.
So, like, I'm not really, like, surprised.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. And then, you draft a running back in the first round at, like, a top 15, 12.
Top 12
number
pick.
12, right? And you're like, you idiots, what are you doing? And he's like, one of the best. If it wasn't for Saquon Barkley and Derrick Henry, this guy be
I'm not sure
one.
he's not better than Derrick Henry right now. He's right there with him.
Real deal. But that's neither the point. He's just a great player. And then, Montgomery being able to leave his terrible situation in Chicago and be able to flourish as well in Detroit. And I don't think anybody expected St. Brown and LaPorta to be the guys that they are.
You're right about that, too.
I mean, I know we knew Aiden Hutchinson would, be, but it's a collective team effort, man. As you know, it starts from ownership to the GMs to the coaches to all of that stuff.
Right. So. Ownership's key, too. Fans don't realize how important ownership is. You got to be patient. You got to not meddle, trust your people to do their jobs, and just kind of sit back and be a fan. There's a point where the owner just has to be a fan because the owner's not versed in the nuances and not expert in what's going on. Some owners can't help themselves. Some know how to do it the right way. Like Stan Kroenke in L.A., he knows how to trust his guys to go do the right thing.
Yep, and that's why he has a championship in about 3-4 his clubs.
Okay, that's where I wanted to go with you though next, because I know you got a lot to be grateful for, and I know you're a good dude just from you and other people I know that know you. You had the ACL thing, then the Rams 10-year go over, and then they win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Right? Did that hurt a little, like to watch them win the Super Bowl?
I went to the Super Bowl. That was my first game. I think my first Rams game.
Right.
That was Super Bowl too, right? No, I stayed after and everything. Really, honestly, I was more happy for guys like Aaron Donald, Odell.
Right.
The way things went with Von leaving Denver, and then him being able to win another one.
Right.
Rob Havenstein.
Yeah.
Dang, did my guy
Whitworth.
Oh yeah, Whitworth.
Yeah.
So stuff like that. Like you can't when you see those guys' family. Not even that, man. The people that have been in the franchise for 20 years.
Right.
Like when the Rams were
crappy,
it was bad.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So. Just to be able to see, like, the trainers and stuff like that, like, that's the coolest thing about it. Like, all the other stuff, like, doesn't really matter.
Right.
But, and that stuff don't really matter because no one going to really remember who won the Super Bowl. Nobody even remember who really won the Super Bowl a couple years ago.
So I will remember.
For sure.
I'm rare.
You gotta look it. Most of the time, you got to look it up on the internet.
He's a historian as long as you don't ask him a question he doesn't know the answer to. Then he's not a historian.
That's a good one.
You're living in L.A.
Yeah.
The Olympics are going to be in L.A. in a few years with flag football. They tell me you're involved in flag football. What's your involvement with it? And what are your feelings on it?
I've more been helping out on the international side, flag football, doing stuff with Australia, New Zealand, obviously playing with the Rams, and then obviously the Eagles. So they have territories. So the territory for the Rams is like more Oceania, Southeast Asia, so Korea, Japan. So definitely looking forward to getting more involved, and I'm looking forward to the Olympics. Flag football in the Olympics. Yeah, it's gonna be
NBC,
very good.
we're coming.
Yep, that, and then obviously you have. I know it's a ways away, but then Brisbane, Australia, you have the Olympics coming there in 32. So just being able to travel the world, help out kids, and just be kind of inspiration for them and be in those shoes. I've never been a flag football player, but been a football player.
Yeah, right. So you got something to add there. You got something to add there.
Being able to just see the next generation grow and become, the next set of eyes that we're going to be looking at on the world stage, one of the biggest stages in the Olympics. But not only that, they're bringing a lot of international players over to the NFL. So, hopefully they'll be able to integrate and, become a success story and be a champion.
Yeah, it's funny because plenty of NFL players want to get involved in flag football for the Olympics, and a lot of the flag football players are like, oh, it's a different game. Oh, it's too complicated. But these are NFL players. I think they'll figure it out if they really want to do it.
Yeah. I don't know if Mahomes will be able to beat the flag football quarterback. I'm not sure.
Hey, that dude, he real deal.
I know,
though.
he was. He was
honestly,
like,
I thought he was out of his mind. Then I watched his highlight. I was like, he might be better than Mahomes.
You're crazy. Wait, I'm a big baked beans guy.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm a big beans guy in
talking
general.
about. Yeah.
Right? I mean, healthy protein, I'm all for it. What you doing here with Bush?
Yeah, man. So obviously being able to be a fan and grow up eating Bush's baked beans, right? It all comes full circle, and being able to have that partnership with them and talk to you guys right now, right, on the behalf of Bush's baked beans. So being able to do some marketing with them, but then also share. I can't share Bush's secret recipe, but I can share my family recipe.
Okay.
So we have Bush's baked beans. If you a ground turkey guy, that's fine.
Definitely,
or you can do ground beef.
Yeah, but ground turkey always in my house.
So we got that. Some green onions.
Right.
Some onions. Green peppers.
Right.
Or you can have a little bit of cinnamon.
Yeah.
You can have syrup if you want. It depends the way you want to go about it. And so, some bacon bits as well too.
Oh,
man.
gosh,
so,
that's
But
me.
that's just like a game day essential, right?
Right.
Grill. I love wings.
Yeah.
Burgers.
Right.
Chops. Steaks or whatever it is. So it's definitely
little
a
baked
great
beans on the side of the Super Bowl plate.
Great
does
source,
it, does
great
it for
source
you.
of protein, man.
Yeah, I'm
not
big
playing
on it.
anymore, but still gotta have that protein.
You're looking all right. You're doing
okay. I try
okay.
to keep myself good.
Yeah.
I try to keep myself good.
Yeah.
Any day of the year, we got multiple cans of Bush's baked beans in the cabinet at the house, and they get popped open regularly. So it's great to see you. Great to see the baked beans. Todd Gurley, one of the greats. Great to see you doing well. And we'll be back with more.
He did go to Georgia, though, and there are no Longhorns.
Right after this. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.